Again, there I go again. Humor! Oh my, good thing we have a sense of humor. And if you don't, I suggest you start thinking about it. It's Coach Sandra, compassionate queen of straight talk. And even when I was in my deepest despair, I would be chuckling or singing a song. It's just one of those giddy things that comes out of me. So, what is humor? Have you tried it? Have you really thought about, okay, I'm not funny. I don't think you're funny, and I'm going to be a grouch. Or are you going to say, well, that really makes me laugh? Oh, did you see that happen the other day? I remember, and pretty soon you're going back to when were the times that you had a good laugh? Something just really silly happened. I wasn't planning on this one, but my daughter was pretty annoyed with me. My mother was in her 80s, I guess, and she'd been having a pretty tough time. And my daughter was on one side and I on the other. And my mother was into that grumbling. And I don't much like grumbling. It was just one of those things. She wasn't feeling happy at the moment. And we were walking through a graveyard for some reason, my daughter on one arm and me on the other. And we're going along, and mom made some kind of a comment. And I said, now look, if you don't want to have a good time, she says, well, they might as well just put me in the ground. Well, just a minute, I thought, now if we find one of these graves that's open, you could practice. And my daughter say, Mom. And my mother gets to laughing. I guess we have a weird sense of laughter. And I said, I don't think it would work anyhow because you're too feisty. So we'd get you down there and trying to throw the dirt on, and you'd be kicking and screaming and throwing the dirt out, climbing out, let me out. I want to keep going because that's who you've been all your life. So I guess when I think about that, even though it's a tough time, you don't feel good when you're old and hurting and crotchety and the world's not going the way, because she would look in the mirror and see her 80 something self, but be wanting to be that 30 something that she felt like. And it is hard. But my daughter, she was just blown away. And my mom, when I said, yeah, well, you'd start kicking, I'd be saying, lay still, you're going to kick all the dirt off. And we were having quite a conversation, having some laughs over it. So it doesn't matter how tough the situation is. There's something where we can lighten it up or just get over ourselves. So tell me, when you walk into a room and you've got some old grouch that's mouthing off and carrying on and being ugly and scowling, you're going to run right over and get in that conversation? Or are you going to see somebody talking in the next little networking circle who's kind of got a smile on their face and the kind of engaged and having a good chat? Which group are you going to go to? I know which group I go to. I'll wait till the old growling grunch moves on, but I'll go over to the group that's having a smile and a chit chat. It's easy to be ugly, not very pleasant. And it's just as easy to stick a smile on her face and have some fun, and it's very pleasant. Now, when you think about humor, do you think about, oh, I have to memorize some jokes, and then I'm going to screw it up, and then I have to remember to put the punchline in at the right time. I have to remember to deliver that punchline just this way and that way. Well, get over it. No, you are not a comedian doing stand-up or one-liners. You don't have to be, and unless that's really who you are and what you do, give it up. Don't go there. Think about the last time you were having a good laugh instead, and tell that story. Tell that story. And you know what happens? That engages people because now their story mind is working. And as soon as I would tell that graveyard story, somebody else would say, oh my goodness, I remember this story or that story, and away we'd go. And so it's a communication builder, and that's what you want to get to. So really recognizing that communication, being able to speak up and show up and live your life and live it as you with your natural humor is so much better than fighting and going upstream and wishing you knew. You don't have to do it. You know you don't have to do it. So let humor be like that spoonful of sugar lets the medicine go down. Yes, that's what humor is for. Just our natural, everyday life. That's life. And I think with that, I'm going to ask you, when was the last time you had a laugh? And what was that story about? And if you're telling that story to somebody that's just around you right now, watch. I bet they'll remember there's something coming up. So here we go. It's Compassionate Queen of Straight Talk. And here in the talk, you have the links to go and sign up for the free workshop. It's just 30 minutes. It's fun. It's like a meet and greet, and you can check out and see what it's like to just tell your stories and to do it with confidence. So please comment, click, like, link, spread the word. I love working with people. So come on, click on the second link below. When you get in there, you get to the links, take the second choice, which is the Effective Communication Workshop. Come on out. Love to have you. See you there. It's Coach Sandra, Compassionate Queen of Straight Talk. You can do it. And yes, I can help.